Okay, folks, example number 2 says solve. Now remember, well, let's stop for just a second. I want to go back, and I want to talk about these three different not states, but three different instances with square roots. The square root of 25 is equal to 5. When it's written this way, they want us to give them the positive square root of 25. This is called the principal square root, whenever we give just the positive. Principal square root. Okay? When they write the negative out there, now they want the negative. Now in that first example, they wrote positive and negative. They said, give us both of them. Okay, well, positive and negative 5. But whenever I have a square root, whenever I take the square root of a variable, I have to give both possible values for n. So, because it's algebra and I am solving, when I take the square root of one side, I have to take the square root of the other. The square root of n squared, well, what is that, Jet? The square root of n squared. N, okay? That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to unsquare it, right? So we got n by itself, but we have to give positive 5 and negative 5. We can write it like that, or we can write it as positive negative 5, like that, okay? Now, let's just look at this problem. I've got n squared equals 64. Okay, hang on. I'm sorry, Libby. Yes, ma'am.
Would you have to do that to the n too, because negative n has negative values?
No, no. We're just saying n, this variable, can be a positive value of 5, and it can be a negative value of 5. Okay? So we won't say positive n and negative n. We'll just say what its values can be, positive or negative. Okay? So now this one, I don't want to know what n squared is. I want to know what n is. So what do I need to do? Millet, what do I need to do here to solve this equation? I need to do the square root of both sides. I need to unsquare n squared, but that means I need to unsquare 64. So n is going to equal what, Millet? Plus or minus 8. Right? And we can write it in that abbreviated form like that. Okay? Perfect. And guys, we've been doing this. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. We've been taking the positive square root, and we've been taking the negative square root because we've been dealing with variables. Right? So we've been doing that before, but now we're just using it to solve these equations. All right, are we good there? Any questions on this? Lauren S., any questions on this? You good? Koulis? Libby? Ryan? Ryan's good too. All right, let's look at the next example.